Hello, bonjour. I'm very happy to be with you today. My name is Sylvain Levy. I'm the co-founder of a collection called the DSL Collection. And I will share with you not only the DSL Collection project, but also I will share with you our journey as collectors. And this journey has begun 40 years ago. It began when we get married. And so it begins 40 years ago. How can I summarize 40 years of collecting? It looks like a speed dating. I began to collect stamps. I collected stamps and I had a great collection of stamps and spent a lot of time trying. You know, I was 13 years old. All my pocket money was going into stamps. And my father was crazy. He was telling me that I was wasting my time, which is quite true, because collecting is always an elegant way to burn a fortune. I've got this, what you call addiction, very, very early. And I love it. When you collect with your wife, you learn the art of compromise, and you're still married 40 years after. So it's a good way for a family, a couple, you know, to create something that you share. And also naturally you can share it with the others, but it's an incredible way to look as a collection, as a journey, and especially a family journey. By the way, my two children were involved in the collection since the beginning, especially in the Chinese collection. They lived in China, both of them. They speak Chinese. We call it DSL collection and not the collection of Dominique and Sylvain Levy. Like many, many collections, they have the name of the founders. Because the first reason, we wanted this collection to be capable to be transmitted to our children. We want to create a cultural brand with a kind of entrepreneurial spirit. And so I do hope that in the future, this cultural brand will exist. And I do hope in the future that the collection will mirror my children and not myself. For me, a collection is not an object. A collection is a journey where you encounter, during this journey, you encounter objects, you encounter people, you encounter ideas, you encounter aesthetic. It's very important for me. I think that collecting is not just about an object. It's a real journey. And this journey can make an ordinary person have an extraordinary life. I'm more interested in how the collection can give me a happy life, how the collection can make me perhaps relevant for the others who are interested by art. Digital is one of the medium, and it's a medium which is moving very fast in terms of creativity, and also it's a medium which is very interesting because it's the medium which resonates with our time. By deciding to open the collection to the public, we have to take into account the public. And you know, we are living in a time where we are experiencing the birth of a new human being. You know, I was born Homo sapiens, 100%. But because of this so-called smartphone and computer, I became Homo numericus, 20%. But the young generation are 50-50 already. But it's not finished. You know, with the metaverse, with this virtual reality in which we are entering, everybody will have different identities because we'll have avatars. So you will be man, woman, you will be whatever you will want to be. You will meet people with a chip in the head, man plus plus. So the human being is going to be incredibly transformed within the next 5 years. And what is art today? Art is first naturally linked with culture. And I think it's very important to keep the definition of art linked with culture. But art is no more that. Art is the ultimate luxury good. Today, if you look at what's happening, the system, the ecosystem of the art industry is exactly like the ecosystem of the luxury industry. You have 3 main auction houses, you have 5 big galleries, you have a bunch of collectors, and all the artists are branded. And more than that, who are the biggest players today in the art world? Is LVMH, Kering, Gucci, Prada, Richemont, Cartier. These are the biggest today players. And people today, they go and buy a handbag of Kusama. The art also has become a kind of financial asset. Art also is part of the entertainment industry, leisure industry. And for instance, today we have collected a certain number of works of Virgil Abloh, because we think that the collaboration between Virgil Abloh and the art industry, the design industry, the fashion industry, is a great example of what is art today. You know, I had a very interesting conversation with a girl. She's 14 years old, and she's on Fortnite. And I asked her, would you prefer to have a Hermes Kelly bag or to have the Hermes Kelly bag digital twin? And she said, I prefer the digital twin. I said, wow, interesting. Why? Because, you know, she said, if I walk in the street, only very few people will see me. If I have the digital one on Fortnite, on my platform, a lot of people will see me. We are living in very, very special times, you know, really special times, and from time to time, very frightening times, because nobody is capable to tell what will happen in 6 months. You cannot envision anything. You can just try to make yourself agile, to adapt yourself. It gives the possibility to change things, which is better than when all things are very, you know, stay the same. And you have this person who are part of what is great today, this industry of creator. Everybody can become a creator. Everybody can make money on Roblox. Everybody can be an artist and have his NFT without a gallery. So we are opening new worlds, but the biggest problem will not be here. The biggest problem will be that we're also entering into a world which looks like 1984 2.0. And the only way to counterbalance that, it will be humanism, and it will be culture. And what you're doing is very important, you know, by disseminating art, you are making yourself, I shall say, actively trying to bring culture to the people. I was proposed by a Chinese company to make my avatar and to enter into a database all what I've written or what I've said. And by being that, if you ask a question to my avatar, it will give you an answer. So I can become eternal, because it will always answer the same way that I'm answering you today, in 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years, or whatever. I have not said yes. I think it doesn't scare me, but I still believe that a human being should not be eternal. You know, with grandchildren, you rediscover the beauty of being surprised. You know, l'émerveillement, to be aware. You know, you rediscover because of a sound, because of a question, because of a reaction. You rediscover, and the avatars will never give you that. You will see that more and more objects will have their digital twins. Everything is moving. I'm not sure what will be the future, but I'm sure that the winds of changement are blowing in this direction. It's a very, very exciting time. I wish I had 30 years. I was younger 30 years.